Good morning, students. Welcome you all in online teaching session of Academic World School, The Mitra. I am Rameshwar Mishra and I am dealing with your subject of social science and part of that is economics. Dear children, we are learning first chapter of economics. The name of the chapter is The Story of Village Palanpur. The first chapter. In this chapter we have learned so many topics like what is economic activity, what is non-economic activity, what is primary activity, what is secondary activity. Then we have learned about the factors of production. Then we have also learned about the method to grow more crop in a piece of land. In that we learned about the multiple cropping and the modern farming method. Dear children, today I will begin with the topic, and the name of the topic is distribution of land among the farmers of Palanpur and non-farm activity in Palanpur. So today's topic is distribution of land and non-farm activity. Under this topic today we will going to learn the following things. Here I have mentioned. The first thing we will learn about distribution of land, means how the land distributed among the farmers of Palanpur. That we will learn. Then we will learn source of labor. We know that we need labor to work on the land. Without labor we cannot do the production of food grain. So what are the sources of labor for the farmers? That we will learn. Then we will learn about the capital need in farming, money need in farming. Then we will learn about the sale of surplus farm product. Sale of surplus farm product. It means what farmer do with the extra farm product after keeping for the self consumption. That we will learn in detail. Then we will learn last the non-farm activity. It means secondary activity in village Palanpur. So let us begin the first topic, subtopic, that is distribution of land among the farmers of Palanpur. In village Palanpur there are 450 families. There are 450 families, and among these 450 families land have distributed. So let us see how it have been distributed among the people of Palanpur. So out of 450 families, 150 families are Dalit families, means they belong to Dalit caste, and this 150 family do not have land. They do not have a land. उनके पास जमीन नहीं है. What are the no land holding? They don't have a land. So what they do? They are working on others' land. They are working on others' land. Dalit, how many families? 150 families. They do not have a land, and they work on the others' land to earn their livelihood. They are landless. Next one is the 240 families are small farmers. Out of 450, 240 families are small farmers. They hold the land. They are having the land. उनके पास जमीनें हैं, but very small piece of land. उनके पास बहुत छोटे-छोटे piece of land है. But after holding the land, but less than 2 hectares of land. The size of the land is very small. Therefore, they work by themselves. They work themselves on their own land with their family members. Small farmers do not hire the land. They are working themselves. The reason behind that, if they will hire the labor to work on their small piece of land, they will not able to recover the cost of production. It will be loss for them, because they have to pay the money to the labor when they hire it. So instead of hiring them to work on the land, they themselves work on their land to do the production of food grain. Last 60 families belong to medium and large farmers. 60 families belongs to medium and large farmers. Medium farmers holding less than 10 hectares of land, and the large farmers holding more than 10 hectares of land. Means 60 families are holding more land compared to the other families in village Palanpur. Now, these medium and large farmers, they hire, what they do? They hire the labor to work on their land, to work on their land. These 60 medium and large farmers do not work by themselves because they have a large size of land. Their land is very big. So, to work on that land, to do the production on that land, they hire the laborer and then they do the production. And for that, they pay the wages. They pay the wages to the laborer. Means Dalit family mainly working on the medium and large farmers' land. So this is a table, dear children, showing you the distribution of land between the farmers of Palanpur. My dear children, there are 450 families. 150 families belong to Dalit, 240 families are a small farmer, and 60 families belong to medium and large farmer. By looking this table, these numbers, you might have come to know that the land distribution is not equal. There is an unequal distribution of land in village Palanpur. So you have to remember this table because question comes on this table. As explain the distribution of land between the farmers of Palanpur, then you have to write down this answer. My dear children, next we will going to learn about the source of labor. Source of labor. Dear children, to do the production we need labor. So from where the farmer getting the labor, that we are going to learn now. What is the next topic we will going to learn? I have written here prevention source of labor. It is mentioned in your chapter in this way. Who will provide labor? Who will provide labor? And the same topic I am writing as sources of labor. Means from where we can get the labor to get the work done on the land to do the production. Dear children, modern farming method need more labor to do the production. Modern farming method need more labor to do the production. Mainly the large landowners, medium landowners need the labor. So I am drawing a table here. Let us look the sources of labor here. For the small farmers, what is the source of labor? For a small farmer, source of labor are themselves. Means they work by their own. They work by their own on their land. So for the small farmers, the source of land themselves work. They do not hire the labor from for working on their own land. Because they are small farmers, they do not have that much money and they have a small piece of land. Next one, for the medium and large farmer, for the medium and large farmers, source of labor is the landless labor, or you can say landless families. So for the medium and large farmer, जो बड़े जमींदार हैं, जिनके पास जमीन बहुत ज़्यादा है, for them the source of labor is the landless families, जिनके पास जमीन नहीं है, दलित families. So these farmers are hiring them. These farmers are hiring them. Who? Landless labor. So they work on their land, and this landless farmer get the wages. What they get? They get the wages. When they work on the medium and large farmer land, they get the wages. And these wages they are using to meet their needs and wants. So this is about the children sources of labor for these small, medium and large farmers. Sometimes medium and large farmers hiring the labor from market, or hiring the labor from the next village to get the work done on their land. And for the consideration, they give wages, money to the laborer. So this is about the source of labor. Dear children, now after this subtopic we will learn the capital need in farming. What are we doing? Capital need in farming. Dear children, without money, capital, we cannot do the production. Production is not possible. So we will learn the need of capital in farming. Why we need capital in farming, and from where we will get the capital in farming. So that we are going to learn now. So the next subtopic, capital need in farming. Capital need in farming. Now before knowing about capital, why capital need in farming, let us try to recapitulate the sources of capital, or from where to get the capital. So usually the farmer get the capital, I will say small farmer, a small farmer get capital from whom? From the large landlord or big landlord. I can say large landlords, or from the money lender. Small farmers mainly get the capital money from the large landlord and money lender. Means the small farmers borrow the capital from large landlords or money lender, and these large landlords and money lender charge interest. What they charge? Interest. इसको सूद बोलते हैं हिंदी में. जब वो पैसा देते हैं तो वो सूद चार्ज करते हैं, जिसको कहते हैं ब्याज. So when the small farmer borrow the capital from large landlord and money lender, they charge the small farmers, and by this they exploit the small farmers. They charge very high interest. Then for the large and medium farmer, source of capital, source of money is self-earned money. What I have done? Self-earned money. What is self-earned money? A money that is earned by himself or herself. That is called self-earned money. So when the large and medium farmers need money to do the cultivation, to do the agricultural activity, they use their own money which they have earned previously, last year. That is called self-earned money. They use this one. In case if they need more and more capital to do the large scale production, they borrow from the bank also. They borrow from bank, because they have the large piece of land. So they mortgage their land to get the loan from the bank, and they pay the interest. So these are the sources of capital for the farmers. After knowing the sources of capital for the farmers, now we learn why they need capital, why they need money. Because, dear children, without money we cannot do the production. That you keep in mind. So we will learn now for what are the purpose they need money. Means why they need money in the agricultural activity. Why the farmer need capital. So here capital need in farming. Why we need capital in farming? So dear children, so capital in farming. Farmers need capital to buy the various things. To buy the many things. So we know there are two types of capital. One is fixed capital, dear children, which we have already learned, and another is the working capital. एक फिक्स कैपिटल होता है और एक वर्किंग कैपिटल होता है. Fixed capital is used for long term period and working capital is used for short term period. Fixed capital is used by the farmer to start the agricultural activity, and working capital is used to meet the day-to-day expenses of agricultural activity. So dear children, farmer need capital. They need two types of capital: fixed capital and working capital. They use the fixed capital to buy land. If they have land already, then they will use the capital to buy machines like tractor, harvester, etc. They are using this. They can also use this fixed capital to buy motor pump used for extracting the water from ground, and other machines. So, or to construction of warehouse, godown, or to construction of farm, or to do the boundary wall of the farm area. So fixed capital is used for buying land, buying machines like tractor, harvester, motor pumps, or to construct a godown or warehouse where the farmer store their grains. On the other hand, working capital is used to meet the day-to-day expenses of the agricultural business. So farmer वर्किंग कैपिटल कैसे यूज करते हैं? देखो यहाँ पे दे यूज वर्किंग कैपिटल टू बाय like HYV seeds, to buy fertilizer, to buy pesticide, and to buy the other raw materials. So here, or I can write here, to pay wages also. So fixed capital is used for this purpose and working capital is used for this purpose. So to buy everything we need the capital, and that's why we need capital in farming also. So dear children, keep in mind why we need capital in farming and from where we get capital in farming. This is very important topic. Now next we are going to learn about the surplus farm product. What I said? Surplus farm product. What farmer do with the surplus farm product? So first we have to know the meaning of surplus. What is the next subtopic? Sale of surplus farm products. Let's first understand the meaning of this subtopic. Sale means बेचना. Surplus in simple, something in extra quantity, So the farmer, when they produce the grains in large quantity, they sell in a market. To earn the money. But before that, let us learn the meaning of surplus. What is surplus? It means, or surplus is a part of total production of grains. It is a part of total production of grains which farmer sell in the market after meeting their own consumption requirement. So children, I have written the meaning of surplus farm product. What do you mean by surplus? Surplus is a part of total production. Surplus is a part of total production which is sold by the farmer in the market after keeping for their self consumption. Let us see again. Look again. When farmer do the production, out of the 100 quintals of the production of rice, they keep for themselves suppose 20 kg. Remaining 80 kg they sell in the market. That is called surplus. 80 kg is the surplus. Dear children, large farmers, medium farmers, they do the production in tons and tons. So when they do produce the grains in large quantity, 10 quintals, 20 quintals, they keep for themselves 1 quintal. Remaining 9 quintals they sell in the market. So this remaining 9 quintal is called surplus. So have you understood what the farmer do with the surplus farm product? They sell the surplus farm product in the market. So farmer sell the surplus farm product in the market to earn the money. So This is about the surplus farm product. Now, dear children, last topic we will going to learn now, non-farm activity. That is also called as secondary activity. That is also called as secondary activity. Children, we know farming is the primary activity of a village Palampur. Today, we will learn the secondary activity of village Palampur. So, what is the subtopic now we will going to learn? Non-farm activity. Non-farm activity, which is also known as secondary activity. The first non-farm activity I am writing here, dairy farming. Second, small scale manufacturing. I am writing the short form, MFG means manufacturing. Third is the shopkeeping. And fourth one is the transportation services. So dear children, apart from farming activity, people in Palampur also carrying out the dairy activity, dairy farming activity, small scale manufacturing activity, shopkeeping activity and transportation activity. कहने का मतलब है कि सारे लोग फार्मिंग ही नहीं करते. Some people do the secondary activity. See, 75% of the people in Palampur doing the farming, but what about the 25% remaining? So this 25% people remaining doing these are the activities to earn the money to earn their livelihood. So in village Palampur, few people are doing the dairy farming activity. They do the rearing and breeding of animal. They produce the milk and sell in the market. Okay, to earn the money. Next, small scale manufacturing. Small scale means a small size, a small quantity. Few people are engaged in doing the manufacturing of jaggery, manufacturing of handicraft product, pot making, and they do this manufacturing in their home, in their household, and their family members and they themselves do the small scale manufacturing. So few people are also engaged in small scale manufacturing. Then next one, shopkeeping. Few people in Palampur are doing trading business. I can say trading. What do you mean by trading? The one who is doing shopkeeping, जिन्होंने दुकान खोल रखा है पालमपुर में, उनको कहते हैं शॉपकीपिंग एक्टिविटी. Means they are trader and they are doing trading activity. Means they are buying and selling. Some people in village Palampur go in the market and buy the general products from wholesaler and sell in the village. That is called the shopkeeping. My dear children, when you go to village, you can see there are many shopkeepers in the village, and they are buying the product from the market and they sell in the village. That is called a shopkeeping. Means buying and selling of goods and services is called trading or shopkeeping. So few people are also doing the shopkeeping in the village Palampur. Now last one, transportation. Few people in Palampur are engaged in providing transportation service. Because everyday people travel from village Palampur to the near market like Sahpur, Raiganj, and to travel to this market activity, 4 different non-farm activity are carried out by the people of village Palampur on their livelihood. So this question is very important, children, because in exam this topic asked in this manner, explain the secondary activity or non-farm activity carried out in village Palampur, and that are dairy farming, small scale manufacturing, shopkeeping, transportation services. Details is given in your chapter. Dear children, you will have to read that paragraph very carefully. So dear children, today we have learned the distribution of land and the non-farm activity. Today, which is the last topic, today we have completed the first chapter of economics of your social science, that is story of village Palampur. Dear children, today we have learned about the distribution of land, sources of labor, capital need in farming, sale of surplus farm product, and the non-farm activities. Dear children, it's time to download the assignments from ERP. Do that homework in your SST copy, take a picture and submit on ERP. Thank you. Have a nice day.